I watched FaZe Neo die in Warzone to a cheater and then himself get shadow banned. That game fucking sucks badly. And I'm done with it. And maybe you are too. And if you are, boy, do I have good news for you, because Borderlands 4 is out now. Borderlands throws you into the wild new world of Kairos, where you use a whole arsenal of badass weapons to overcome the planet's ruthless tyrant, the Timekeeper. If you haven't played the previous games, doesn't matter. Borderlands 4, which is out now, is a perfect entry point. It's made to be instantly fun, fast, and over the top from the second you start. On Kairos, you'll work to loot a whole suite of over-the-top tools to help you customize your perfect badass and run over the enemy how you want. From meaningful movement abilities to powerful special skills and more to complement your arsenal. And maybe most importantly, for those of you who do have people to play with, the game is designed from the ground up to be playable solo or with up to 3 other people. And in either case, you're in for a crazy whirlwind of action. For those of you on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, that includes the option of 2-player co-op split screen right on the couch as well. Borderlands 4 is out now. Get it at borderlands.com, rated PEGI 18/M for mature. It's available on PC via Steam and Epic, PS5, and Xbox X and S right now. And on October 3rd, it is coming to the Switch 2 as well. Kill this. He shows you a game animal. Stupid fuck. Sorry.
Oh no. Enders did a little tweet about some of the movement changes in Battlefield. Like how when you jump and slide now, I think you have more reticle bob or sway or something, even though pretty sure they said that was a bug in the beta and they were fixing it.
No, they said they were adding more. That's what I told you, remember? You don't, obviously, but like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, we were talking about it.
Well, the thing I'm talking about was literally a bug, they said. So I'm trying to remember what that was, because that was something related to movement, and they said this is not an intended feature. It'll be fixed for the launch.
Oh,
I think that was then.
I think the extra bobbing was a bug. So they were like, all right, we're going to fix the bug so there'll be less bobbing, but we're also going to add more bobbing. So it'll, on net, it'll be like a little less or a little more bobbing than there was in the beta. I think that's what happened.
Well, anyways, Enders did the tweet, and it got one of those big retweets from like the typical Battlefield retards. It's like 8,000 likes, and it says, "Nothing brings me more joy than seeing movement schizos complain about nerfing game schizo movement."
Okay.
And then one of the comments, the top comment, "Movement tards when they can't fly around the map shooting everyone with 100% accuracy on a team-based tactical military game." I despise the Battlefield fan base. I despise them.
They're genuinely worse than the COD player base.
Oh, it's not close. It's not close. They are genuinely horrible. They are terrible, yeah.
I think of every FPS game, they are the worst fan base, because like
they're also bad. That's what it is. They don't.
Don't be the realism kid, and also be fucking they're all awful, I guess. But no, don't be the realism kid when you're not playing a realistic game at all. That's the problem I have. So like if you're playing, Squad, and you're like, oh, the movement schizos are losing L, this is a realism game. Okay, fine. Like that's the type of game it is, so like that makes sense. But people who think Battlefield is a realistic shooter are catastrophically fucking retarded.
Yep. Yeah.
Like, it's not even close to realistic, obviously. Like, it's not even close. Even in terms of other games that are on the market, it's not even close.
Yep.
They just think because it's more realistic than COD, which it is, that it's like the realistic one. And they're just too casual or retarded to know any better. And it's probably both, but that's the absolute scourge of the console player mentality. Because we've talked about, they only have 10 games to pick from, so Battlefield is the most realistic shooter of all time on a console. That's probably true.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right. They haven't even heard of any of the other actual realism type games. Yeah.
Yeah.
They play on a console.
They don't even know they exist, like, unironically. Yeah. So.
Madden, MLB, Fortnite, or COD. That's what they have to choose from. Yeah.
Yep. That's it.
It's embarrassing being a console player. Yeah. That helps.
If
or Borderlands 4. They could play that.
They could play that as well. Yes.
Yeah.
Which we are sponsored by the way, for this episode. So yeah, that's why we're recording this as we did on Saturday. This will be the last of the pre-recorded ones for a little while. Yeah. What was I gonna say? I don't know. I hate console players though. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, cool. Welcome.
Anyway, welcome to the show. Yeah, today we're recording because yeah, like I said, we don't have much to talk about today. To be honest, as motherfuck with you.
Really?
Yeah.
In September of 2025, during the BO6 era, we don't have anything to talk about? Wow.
Kind of shocking, I know. Psych, it isn't. We told you guys this was going to happen at about season 3 Reloaded, season 4 at the latest, as I've said. But welcome to the show. We do have a couple things, small things, but before that, some announcements. Welcome to our newest, returning, and my favorite patron, Putty. Welcome back. Putty does the classic thing where he joins the Patreon for a month. So what he probably does is signs up and immediately turns off auto renew, which is based. And then also joins the Discord, rage baits every single person in the server successfully. And then he leaves. He leaves the Patreon and he leaves the Discord, by the way. He also leaves the Discord. Doesn't mute it. Doesn't just
leaves, yeah.
Doesn't not visit it, just leaves. And then a couple months later comes back. And this is the return. So welcome back, Putty. Pro tip for you, you don't have to leave a server. You can just right click mute it if you want. There's no reason.
Well, he has to, yeah. I mean, he has to.
Well, he wants the fanfare when he comes back,
yeah.
I think is what it is. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't be an attention whore. You're not a 14-year-old girl, Putty. Thanks. Thanks in advance.
What's the longest he's ever stayed in the Cord for? I don't even think it's 30 days, right?
No, not 30 days.
He goes
no.
through phases, yeah.
A maximum of 30 days.
He'll be gone soon. He hasn't said anything this time. Welcome back, Putty, and we'll see you again in a few months.
Yes, we will. Yeah. So it'll be a great week to have you here. So anyway, welcome back, buddy. Patreon.com/thedropshot. Speaking of which, we did do our latest bonus ep, which was a little behind the scenes. And behind the scenes life for us right now is the equivalent of season 5 of a Call of Duty game, which is to say not really much going on. It was a fun episode. It was long, but kind of yapped about random shit. It was fun though, and it's now live. So you can go listen to that if you're a Damascus patron. What you fucking can't do if you're a Damascus patron though is go to the hangout this month, because there isn't one. It's been canceled. It's been canceled as fuck. I don't know. Tanner has a banquet in Zion to go to or something. So
yeah.
So it's canceled.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've had like 3 people come to the last 6 months of hangouts, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I will say this though. Number one, we've literally never canceled a hangout until
not once. Yeah.
Until
we used to do them weekly, man.
We used to do them weekly. Yeah, that's when we had people that liked us and actually listened.
Yeah.
This is just a repository for no one. But that's fine. Anyway, never canceled one before, and we will put in some more effort next month with the hangouts. And hopefully there's something interesting, maybe. Well, probably not. When's the beta?
It starts October 2nd.
Because I'm thinking maybe what we could do is do the hangout during the beta weekend, and we could all hop in and play the beta together for a hangout. That could be fun. No. I'm assuming it's on the weekend.
I can't that weekend.
Got it.
It's basically October 2nd to October 8th. And yeah, that won't be happening because Sierra's mom is staying with us that weekend. So I have people staying at my house the next 2 weekends. So that's definitely not happening. You can do a hangout and play with them though, man. That sounds fun for you.
No, we're all doing a hangout.
Okay. So we're not doing that next month.
It's got to be a family activity. All right. Well, in that case,
we can play Battlefield 6 for the hangout next month. We can all get in there.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
That comes out a day in October, and I'm aware of that day.
Yeah, we could do that. Another thing I was thinking maybe is because the one idea I had a while ago was to do Warzone GeoGuessr, which does exist, but it's single player only. So you can't really do it with people. But I think regular ass GeoGuessr, you can. I know there's multiplayer in that. I don't know if you can make like a custom lobby though. That's the one thing I'm not sure about. But I've been listening to the Pogcast a couple times with I think it's Jesse Kazam and Velion. Is that his name? Is that the other guy?
Nope. Veritas.
That's what I said. And they talk. Veritas talks about ranked GeoGuessr, and he'll talk about it for like dead ass 20 minutes.
Oh, he's severely autistic. Yeah,
he is all the time. One of the most grating people I've ever listened to on the internet. I despise Veritas. I'm such a hater. I'm such a hater. It's so funny too, because I swear to God, Tanner probably has this experience too, but not this bad, because I have self-awareness, unlike Veritas. He will talk for 20 straight minutes about fucking GeoGuessr and like the most uninteresting shit about it. And you see Jesse Kazam just sitting there nodding, just like biting his tongue. I'm surprised if he still has one.
He's live right now. Let's see what he's streaming. Path of Exile 2.
It's at least a game. It's a popular game.
Veritas,
actually.
He's too smart to be a streamer, so he's incredibly boring. He's like he's some sort of engineer.
Oh, really?
So he's very smart and very, very, very boring. I'm not sure how he ever got popular, to be honest. It's also embarrassing because he does a podcast on Tarkov, right? And he hates Tarkov and he doesn't play it. Isn't that kind of crazy to do, a podcast on a game you hate and don't play? So that's kind of interesting to me that he does that. But he's a horrible person. Not shout out to Veritas. He's insane. But yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Not sure why we started talking about that. But anyways, yeah.
Why did we start talking about that?
GeoGuessr.
Oh, GeoGuessr. That's right. Yeah. So anyway, hopefully maybe we could do that for the next hangout, or play Battlefield 6 or something. I don't know, but we'll put a little more effort into the next one. As some recompense for you guys. So anyway, sorry. All right. Other than that, that's pretty much it for announcements. Let's get into it. So first things first, I'm the realist. And also we have some patch notes.
Wow.
Now, of course, naturally, I went to this section, which I'll show you guys first. And when you look at the main game, the patch notes, it says they were last updated 15 days ago. And then Warzone, it says last updated 15 days ago. And then, of course, when you click on the patch notes, they were actually last updated 2 days ago.
Yeah.
It's just like, this is one of the biggest game franchises of all time, by the way. But this is the kind of shit that, like we've been saying, happens every single year, where they just give up. Just give up. Because they're all working on BO7 now. And then you might say, that's fair because no one cares about this game anymore. Yeah, no one cares about this game anymore because of this, though. Because they're not doing anything at all. So
yeah. No, it's even more interesting that I'm finding here. Okay, so the image says Season 5 Call of Duty Warzone patch notes, okay?
Okay.
Underneath that, it says last updated 15 days ago. Underneath that, it says Call of Duty Warzone Season 5 patch notes. So you click on the image again, like you said, last updated 15 days ago. It was actually updated 2 days ago. So I think when they say updated 15 days ago, that means like when mid-season came out, because that's when they updated like a blog post, but then they don't count that as patch notes. But my favorite part, underneath that, back on the main menu, underneath Call of Duty Warzone Season 5 patch notes, there's a drop-down menu. Oh, perfect. View past patch notes. Let's just go to that. The most recent past patch notes on there is from January. Warzone Season 1 patch notes.
Yep.
Got it.
I'm seeing that.
I hate them. I despise them. Yeah.
This is not hard,
horrific
by the way.
Fucking stuff. Everything they do is wrong and bad. Yeah.
This isn't hard to do, by the way. Like, you could get a fucking Squarespace or whatever and figure this out if you're just some guy. Like, unironically, you could. But they can't. They don't care.
And
that's the issue.
It's a very telling sign too, because every patch notes from MW3 are listed there. Perfectly fine. Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, Season 5, Season 6. So during MW3, even the patch notes worked fine.
Yeah.
The website worked fine. And then now they just don't again. Yeah. Goes from Season 1, then skips everything, and then Season 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all terrible.
Really bad stuff. So, anyway.
None of them deserve basic human rights.
Hard to disagree with that. Although we don't do anything to them other than insult them. Just in case. So, anyway, Tuesday, September 16th. That's not a joke, by the way. So, just keep that in mind. Yeah, by the way, they didn't really do anything. They changed the LTM, the deadline LTM. This is the PvE LTM, by the way. So.
Oh, yeah.
It's the PvE.
Give players extra time. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and they gave players extra
time to coordinate and rack up points while slowing down the gas to provide a bit more breathing room. Yeah, just what we need against AI. More breathing room. Mm-hmm. The game's dead. You guys have killed it. Casual players killed the game. Yeah. Reduced
respawn timers by 5 seconds, letting players jump back into the action faster. Yeah. Yeah. So just let that sink in. The only update they've done, number 1, is to an LTM, and number 2, it's to an LTM with bots in it. No updates to the core game at all. Because no one cares about the core game anymore. That's the reality. And I think we talked about this on Patreon, but like Repulse has just given up on doing scrims until BO7.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
That's a give up.
Yeah. And like, what does that tell you? It's just the biggest unofficial event custom tournament Warzone organizer just saying, I'm done for the rest of this year, by the way. Season 6 hasn't even launched yet, and he's done doing scrims. Well, at least he said he is. And he will be. I believe that, because what are we going to get in Season 6? I genuinely wonder what we're going to get. Because Season 5 Reloaded was the least amount of content of all time, as we talked about when that launched. And like, what can you expect with Season 6? I wonder if it'll be record-breaking as well, as far as a brand new season. Because of every type of update, the new season is usually the biggest one. So I'm very curious what we get in Season 6. It'll be funny. Another thing. When is Halloween? October 31st?
That would be October 31st, buddy.
So we just won't get anything for Halloween this year.
Friday this year. How come?
Well, because BO7 launches like days later, right? Oh, it's like weeks later, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. No, it's like a week or two later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. A couple weeks later.
Not that I care very much, but I do remember that was the singular good update to Warzone 2 was the Halloween LTM. Because I will say...
That was good. That was
as we said at the time, that was an awesome update. That was really cool. It didn't make the game good because it wasn't a good game, so it still felt like ass, looked like ass. But it didn't look like ass, actually. It looked really cool. That was really cool and dope. But that was not what they've been working on all year this year. Just trust me on that. So anyway, yeah, and then some bug fixes. So, okay. Yeah. And then that's it. So I want to read this tweet from Jay Cucci. This just randomly appeared on my timeline.
Let's read the tweet.
And I share a similar sentiment, as I'm sure many other people do, though not everyone. He's not the biggest streamer in the world or whatever, but I mean, he's got 350,000 YouTube subs. And he's pretty popular. Many of you may have heard of him. He's a Rebirth kid, as you would say. Yeah. He does the he doesn't reverse boost. He does the two boxing. So he just he gets 50 kills every game against, retards. So anyway, here's what he said. And he said this yesterday. It's really so sad how easy it is to keep hype. I'm going to clean it up because he can't write or read maybe. Around Warzone all year round. I mean, like literally have everyone hyped to play Warzone the entire yearly cycle. It's rightfully so fucking dead because they don't drop a single piece of content for 12 months straight after release. Based as fuck, by the way. Based. And true. And exactly what we've been complaining about. We've gotten, or I have been especially, we've gotten new content, but all of it's a re-release. Like Verdansk is a re-release. Every update to the map of Verdansk is a re-release. We've seen literally all of it. And even the fucking guns. Like we got the Grau, we got the PPSH, we got the fucking Kilo, we got the AMAX, we got the HDR. Like cool, but I've seen all of this. I'm less bugged by the guns because like I've always said, it doesn't matter. It's a gun that shoots bullets. But the map, it's really made it quite stale. He goes on to say, all it takes is 1 to 3 new weapons every week. Okay. Well, so I don't agree with that. I do not support that statement at all. That's a crazy fucking take. I think he was a little wrapped up, a little emotional, didn't think it through, because 1 to 3 new weapons every week is way too many. Way too many for a ton of reasons. Number one, would take way too long to level that shit up for like a normal person. Even if you play a lot, like let's say you play like 2 hours a day, are you leveling 3 guns per week? And if you are, if that's enough time, which it could be, you're never like using a fully maxed weapon and then finding the meta. That's a disaster. So that's a terrible idea. I don't agree with that, but he goes on. New maps every 3 months with the option to play any map you want from the pool and some LTMs like April Fool's Rebirth and such. That's it. That's all it takes. So the rest of that, new maps every 3 months, that's ambitious. I wouldn't hold them to that standard because the problem is with this much content is that you also have to consider they can't QA test as it is, and they don't release anything. So they release 1 new gun in 9 months, and it's bugged. Like, so I don't have any faith that they could do fucking 3 weapons a week, obviously, and they not be bugged. Obviously. But and even a new map every 3 months, people would be killing you inside of walls and under the map every single game. So that's probably a little too ambitious. But a new map every 6 months would be perfect and doable. That's feasible. We could do that. And it doesn't always have to be a big map, and it doesn't have to always be a Rebirth or Resurgence map. But one of the two, alternate them. So you get a new map every year at the least, for each game mode. Pretty good. And then you're adding to the suite of maps that are in the game, at least in the case of Resurgence, because they can actually fit those on the hard drive. So, like, you get some variety, even if they're not all brand new at the time, whatever. And then some LTMs, I don't care. And then he says, that's it. That's all it takes. I ask this question all the time. What do these people do at work? Fuck do I want to know? Yeah. This year is very obvious that they work on Black Ops 7 at work. But we have had this question in the past. I remember distinctly freaking out about it a couple times all in the same year. And I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what year it was. It could have been Caldera, or it could have even been Warzone on Verdansk originally. But you really do wonder, like, I remember in 2020, season 4, you would get a new update. They wouldn't put out patch notes at all. And everything would be buggy and broken. And then they would put out patch notes a couple days later that half of what they actually changed aren't there. And then of the half that are in the game, many of them are just incorrect. And then they would add another couple patch notes that they didn't even do. And so that really did make you wonder, what do these people do at work? Because there are people who are salaried employees of Infinity Ward in this case, who clock in for 40 hours per week. And what happens? Like, what do they do?
Yeah.
It's Nobody so knows. Weird. It's such a good question. I really would want to know. Yeah. How many employees do they have there? 4? Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make sense. It defies logic. This year, again, I'm less curious because I imagine they're working on BO7. But I mean, this has been a germane question and probably still is, honestly. You really do wonder.
Yeah, I've always found that interesting to see how much they do in one day and see what actually gets done. Like how long it takes them to do one thing. That's what I've always been curious on. Like to fix like one bug, how long does it take them to do? How many employees and how long?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like people at jobs like this, they just end up working kind of slowly because there's so many people probably doing something similar, and it's not like just hide. It's not like you have some guy sitting behind you all day staring at what you're doing. Right. You're just naturally going to go slow when you're just sitting at a desk like that, doing the same thing every day. I don't know. They probably just have no sense of urgency for anything. That's what I would guess.
Yeah. And another thing too, it's like, oh, well, game dev is hard. That's what we always hear from these apologist cocksuckers.
Yeah.
And game devs. I don't care if it's hard. You work, you're not enslaved. Okay. So if it's too hard for you, fucking quit. Otherwise, do your fucking job that you get paid for, that the consumer pays you for, by the way. So number one. But number two, there do exist games. We've talked about some of them. They're indie games, obviously, but they have the entire dev studio is 5 people, literally 5 people. So between the fucking graphics, the mechanics, the menus, the UI, the sound, the art, the marketing, all of it is literally 5 people. And they fix bugs fine. Faster than COD does. Obviously, their games aren't as large as COD, but I mean, they're per fucking megabyte or whatever. There are way fewer employees at these companies than there are in the Call of Duty machine, for sure. There are even some indie games where the development team is literally just some guy. It is one guy, one man. That's it. That's the entire fucking kit and caboodles, one dude. And he can fix the fucking game. I think it's not Manor Lords. It might be Manor Lords. But one of the recent games that's like very popular. So it was some guy's game. That's it.
That one like goofy like drug game everybody was playing for a little bit. That was made by one dev.
Drug game.
All the big streamers were playing it, like Queso, like all those guys that are just like weird. And get a ton of viewers. They were playing, what was that game called? Like something company. I can't think of what it's called,
I
but
don't know. Doesn't sound familiar.
that was just made by one guy because it got very popular out of nowhere. Kind of like Among Us also. And then he's like, okay, guys, obviously I didn't expect this. Like, give me some time. I literally don't have any employees. Like, it's just me doing everything. So like, hold on. Let me do some things here.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see. I mean, yeah. Jay Cucci's retarded though, obviously. 1 to 3 new weapons a week. You're insane, man.
That
because he probably has also
the entire post. Yeah.
That almost makes this whole thing just me not care about because he's so insane.
Yeah.
Because he's also probably complained about not wanting guns to carry forward because there are too many guns, and then he wants like 1 to 3 a week. Like, okay, buddy, but yeah. I mean, that's just stupid. That's a typical thought process from somebody who plays the game entirely too much to think that we need 1 to 3 new guns every week.
Yeah,
most people who play Warzone don't even play once a week. That's probably the casual person, or they play once a week. To think that there'd be multiple new guns every time they hop on the game, I mean, it's
obviously insane. It's obviously insane.
Anyways, but yeah, I do always wonder how much work they get done in a day, what they do. I'd be very interested to see like a day in the life video from one of them.
I think it's just one of, like you said, it's such a large operation that this actually
you just get away with not doing much.
Well, yeah, this is literally a thing in all companies, not just video games, where the more employees you have, like the less efficient each one is. There's like studies on this shit. It's interesting, but it does make sense. I mean, there's that big diffusion of responsibility. And then on top of that, there are so many dev teams working on each aspect of the game. There's probably just huge time delays, even if they are working hard, which they're not, to be clear. But even if they were, it was like, all right, I have this bug fix ready to deploy. I need to send it to my department head, who's going to send it to the studio head, who's going to send it to the liaison, who's going to send it to Activision HQ, who's going to send it back down to the person who's in charge of QA for every studio, who sends it back up to the Activision HQ guy, who sends it back to the liaison, back to the department studio head, back to the department head, back to the guy. Press deploy. Obviously, it doesn't work exactly like that, but I imagine it's something actually like that. That's part of the problem. But I don't know, man. Yeah, anyway. It's just funny that, like, even this, I mean, complete retard has come to the same or a similar conclusion I have, and wondered the same thing I have, and many of you have, by the way, which is fundamentally, what the fuck do these people do for 40 hours a week? It's such a good question, and I really don't know. They do no playlist updates, no LTMs, no weapons, no maps. How do they have jobs? What is their job? Yeah, great question. Super great question. So, and we'll never know, to be clear. Unfortunately. But anyway.
Yeah.
So, that's that. That's it for COD. In the last 2 weeks, we had an update to the fuck-ass LTM with bots in it for Warzone.
That's a fuck-ass LTM, yeah.
And no updates at all for the main game, actually, since Season 5 Reloaded. Cool. Man. So, anyway, on to a game that has some hype. Battlefield 6.
Battlefield.
So I'm attempting to load the webpage. It's traveling all the way to Australia, it turns out. So this is from wellplayed.com.au.
Yeah, it's a terrible website.
So, yeah. European heritage warning for this one. Because the Australians are not technically European, but they are.
Yeah.
And they're,
This whole article is probably fake. The dev quote is probably fake. Oh, there's a little button there. Oh, nice. Yeah, good comms.
I was about to freak out at the,
That was a bright ass screen.
That's way too bright for me.
Some guy from some website interviewing some guy who works at Battlefield. So yeah, pretty cool.
Pretty cool. So here we go. Last month, some guy, had the unreal privilege, to attend the Battlefield 6 multiplayer reveal event in LA, where I spent upwards of 8 hours going hands-on with the ambitious next entry into the long-running FPS series. Okay, well, this guy can actually write, unlike anyone that works at Charlie Intel. So that's cool.
Yeah, Charlie Intel's a fake website.
Playing on a PC rig that costs more than my car.
That's a poor Australian, yeah.
You drive a dune buggy. I joined packed lobbies filled with pro FPS players, streamers, and journalists without more than a minor technical hiccup. That is one thing I will say about the beta. From a performance standpoint, it performed quite well, actually. I think I mentioned this after the beta, but frames were pretty good. Looked really good. I crashed one time, actually. But like no stuttering, no hiccups. Performance is pretty good. What are you smirking about?
Performance was mid. Honestly, it was mid.
For you?
Yeah. I didn't think the performance was good. The FPS wasn't very good. Mm. Yeah. Was yours fine?
It was pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. Yeah, I expected better. It was
for how good
not
it
even
looked,
close to what's like Battlefield. What was the last Battlefield? Battlefield, whatever the fuck this last one is, Battlefield 5, whatever.
Probably 5 before 2042, right?
Yeah, 2042. That game had unreal performance, actually. Very, very, very good performance. But the maps also lacked anything, which I've always said is kind of good. There's not clutter everywhere, but they're just very basic looking maps, so there's nothing to load, I guess. But yeah, so we can skip.
There was no like crashing, no skipping, no stuttering.
Yeah,
like that's good.
Yeah,
and the frames weren't terrible, but maybe they could have been better. I guess
they could be improved. And that is one thing games typically improve on from beta to full launch. The game will have better performance like 30, 60 days after launch than during the beta by a lot too. So
yeah.
So most of this we can skip up until like well, I guess once the interview starts. The rest of this is just, I mean, it's him yapping.
Yeah, some yapping
part here.
Okay. So, first question. What were some of the struggles you faced trying to achieve parity across all platforms? Yeah, this guy's a fucking writer.
I think Kashav should hire him. Think you can afford him?
Absolutely. He should hire someone who can read at an 8th grade level. I can talk a little bit about some of the technical stuff around hardware, and then Matthew can call him Matt.
Oh, we got Christian and Matt. Okay, Chris and Matt. Cool.
Chris and Matt. Yeah, don't say Christian or Matthew. More about the controller input stuff. I'll start by saying that our approach from the beginning was we wanted to focus on performance and stability. We wanted to treat console and PC as equal targets for the game. Okay. In the past, Battlefields has approached consoles as a port of the PC game. We build the PC game and then we port it to consoles. We didn't want to do that this time. That's actually good news if you're a console player. This is a problem and has been for decades, literally, where a dev team will build a game for either PC or console and then just port that to the other system. And ports are notoriously bad. They just don't perform well because they weren't built for whatever they're getting ported to. I think Halo had a huge problem with this as well, actually, with the PC ports, because they did it the opposite way. They built it for Xbox and then ported it to Windows, a year later, and it was just fucking terrible. So ports are bad news. So the fact they're not doing that, or excuse me, they say they're not doing that, is good. And then a lot more yapping that doesn't matter. Yeah, this is all about performance and stuff. And again, I'm just not very interested in talking about this because the performance for a beta especially was quite good in my opinion. So I'm sure it'll be largely fine. Here we go. From the design side, we have two main inputs to care about: keyboard and mouse and controller. I wonder what other inputs that are not main inputs they need to care about. Because these are just the main ones they need to care about.
I don't know, like that shit Cope uses, probably. Stuff like that, maybe weird, odd things that very few people have, but they have to make work for the game.
I guess,
Is that shit Cope used?
The claw.
There are probably some weird, like, accessibility type things, too, that we don't know about.
For the quadriplegics, the straw in the mouth or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. That's fair, I guess. It still bothers me he said that. But anyway, from the get-go, we've really designed the game around whatever you could do on one input. You needed to be able to perform that swiftly and competently on the other as well. We have less real estate in terms of buttons on controllers, so we needed to know what we needed to surface to the player. How do we keep the player engaged on the sticks to keep them moving and keep them looking around? We've come up with some creative solutions in that regard, and also with a level of customization that players expect to play around with. So this is one of the problems with making a crossplay game, if you're a keyboard and mouse player, is that you, like you just alluded to, you have to lose some functionality. You have to lose some features. The first casualty and the most impactful one, every time games do this, in my opinion, including Call of Duty, by the way, is leaning. Back in my day, you could lean on COD when it was PC only. And even when they ported it to console, I think the first couple times, like definitely with COD 4, you could lean on PC, but you just couldn't on console. But there was no crossplay.
Always starting in COD 1, all those games had leaning.
Yep. And since there was no crossplay, they could have that differentiation. But obviously, with crossplay, you can't just allow one input to lean and the other one literally can't. That's insane. And then you could ask like, oh, well, why don't you just let controller players lean? How? Like, how do you do that? It's just way too... I can't imagine how you would do it. You could somehow, like, all right, you right stick in and then right.
Yeah,
but that's so cumbersome and shit.
That just made me look it up because Hell Let Loose is mostly a PC game, but it's also available on console and controller, and you can lean in that game. So I just looked it up. In Hell Let Loose, you have to press in on the left stick and then move the stick in the desired direction to lean.
Yeah, it's like exactly.
So that means you can't move while you're leaning.
Correct. Yeah.
You're just stuck in that position.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that does not sound
It really
fun.
Should be right stick, I would imagine.
I mean, this is also just a Google AI thing, so it's probably entirely wrong.
It's probably just a lie.
Else. Yeah.
Probably fabricated a lie to deceive you on purpose. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's one of the things you lose. I don't know if Battlefield ever did have manual leaning. Did it, Tanner? You would know. You don't know. But anyway, we don't have it now. And that was one of the things that kind of annoyed me at their reveal event that we watched is they were talking about how you lean, and it's just like COD. Or they weren't, I don't know if they were talking about it or if it like showed it. But it's just an auto lean thing that your character does. And I don't even know if it moves your character model. It doesn't in COD. But anyway, not a big deal.
What if they just start making controllers with the default paddles on the back?
That would help.
That would. Yeah. Because I mean, at this point, so many people have those.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder when they'll start just making those standard. That would honestly be huge for controller gaming.
If like the box controller had paddles, yeah. That probably should be the next step. And I honestly, I imagine it will be. I imagine it will be. Because even like the Xbox Elite, so those are like official Xbox controllers. They put paddles on them. So I would imagine for every next gen console, besides Nintendo, even the standard controller would come with paddles. Because I think game devs are going to want that too. Because, more buttons is good. And you could lean with paddles, and that would be a super convenient solution. But anyway, we're really focused on consoles and controllers leading the charge here, and we have a design direction around that. With Battlefield offering crossplay, how'd the team go about balancing the game to ensure all platforms are on equal footing and one doesn't have a clear advantage over the other? So we're sniffing the core issue, which is the difference in inputs, not platforms. But I think, like many retards, he's probably just conflating them both. From From the get-go, we inherited a lot of the overall systems from BF 2042 in terms of things like aim assist, and there's the conflation. We had a lot of data to go off of because 2042 provided crossplay for the user. So we looked at the history all the way through all the seasons because there were manual improvements little by little on aim assist and everything as that game matured and progressed. So when we inherited all of that on Glacier, which I assume is their engine, I don't know though, the first thing we did was look at the data points of what 2042 was spinning out. And then we did a post-mortem of what we thought we could deliver on Battlefield 6. Ultimately, our mantra is, regardless of input or platform, we want you to have the best possible play experience, and crossplay obviously delivers that for us. What? Okay.
We want to have
we want to have a fair, competitive, and balanced approach. We call it Aim Assist 2.0. Oh no. It's an evolution of what we had in 2042. I will say, I have no idea what the aim assist was like in 2042, but it couldn't have been very strong because otherwise enders would complain about it. Yeah.
It's not good at all. Yeah, not very good.
Yeah. We're talking real-time renders now. We moved away from squares, boxes, and spheres to capsule-oriented meshes for aim assist. That's interesting. Huh. Okay. We've really upped the level of consistency and performance across the board. We're going very light with aim assist. We are not adding rotational aim assist. We actually removed snap zoom, which was in 2042, as we believed it was too mechanically heavy. We want to humanize aim assist, as we call it here internally. Okay, that's pretty interesting. I have said recently, and I'll say again, even if Battlefield had quite strong aim assist, it's not as overpowered in this type of game as it is in COD to have very strong aim assist, because players can't move nearly as quickly in Battlefield as they can in COD. So the reason that matters is because if my aim assist is really good and I can track you moving really fast, that's incredibly difficult to replicate on keyboard and mouse. Whereas if you can't move that fast, maybe my aim assist tracks you just as well, but at least the guy on K-BAM can also more easily track that like a controller can, so it's not as big of an issue. And also, you're just usually not quite as up close inside people in Battlefield as you are in COD. Obviously, you can be. You can play that way. But, like, a lot of people don't. But also, the aim assist didn't feel super nuts to me in the beta. I only played one game of it, but didn't seem that bad. And I didn't die to any insane aim assist either. Although there was a clip, in our Discord, Jake posted, who was playing on controller because he's a coward. And it had disgusting fucking aim assist on it.
It looked really closer to COD aim assist than what I would think Battlefield aim assist would be. So that's not a very good sign to me. Also, something to note, they say we're not adding rotational aim assist. There's some confusion here because rotational aim assist was already in the beta. Like Hexsmith did a tweet and he's like, I'm a little bit confused as to what they're saying because rotational aim assist was in the beta, and he showed how it worked, and he posted one of the little clips that he posts where he'll be like pulling down on his stick just with a little bit of input, and it's tracking the guy left and right still. Not as strong as COD, but it's pulling left and right the direction he goes. So
he's pulling
that's already
down
in the
on
game.
which stick?
He's pulling down on the right stick, which is the aiming stick, and it will also his aim will go left and right and track where the person's moving as he moves. Just from pulling down.
Interesting.
He gets that auto pull left and right.
The difference there is it seems to be requiring input from the player, whereas in COD, you can literally not be touching it and your reticle will move.
No, don't you need to be touching it in COD? That's the whole thing. It just needs to be like 5%.
No. Nope. If you run past my screen and I'm not touching my controller, I will turn at you. I won't stay on you, but my character will move. Yeah.
I thought that was only if they did a little bit of input, and it literally had to be like 1 to 2%. They just had to do some sort of input.
No.
No. Okay.
None.
All right.
None at all. You don't have to fucking touch your sticks. Yeah, which is part of the problem. Obviously,
Really?
if you're moving your sticks, you get way more. But, yeah, you don't. You don't.
So anyways, so what they're referring to as rotational aim assist must mean something different because this was in the beta already. So we'll have to see what ends up happening when the game comes out. So what they call rotational aim assist must not be what COD refers to as rotational aim assist.
Yeah. It could be the case in COD. You have to at least be touching your left stick, actually. But you can absolutely... I don't even think that's true, though. I literally don't think you have to be touching your controller.
I wasn't talking about the right stick. I'm pretty sure you have to be touching the left or the right stick at least a tiny bit to get it. That's what I thought it was. That's why when shitty players are like, well, my aim assist doesn't work like that. It's like, well, yeah, because you don't know how to abuse it. You have to press on the analog
you
stick
get way
in any
more
direction.
if you get way more if you're moving your left stick. But I'm actually not. Yeah, you have me doubting myself. I don't think you literally need any to get your screen to move some. But now I'm not positive, so you guys can let me know. But anyway, whatever.
It's overpowered. Hope
doesn't matter. Either way, yeah, whatever. So yeah, we don't know what rotational aim assist here means. At the end of the day, aim assist is there to assist the player, but we need player input to even activate the system. So again, I'm pretty sure, unlike COD, this is requiring you to do something to even get the aim assist started. We want the players to feel good about what they're doing in game, achieving those kills, and they feel like they achieved it, not some system or code that achieved it for them. This is a funny sentence to me because it's an utter and complete misunderstanding of the average controller player. They feel like they're getting the kill, even if the aim assist is as strong as possible, actually.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. In the 5 years we've done this podcast, never once ever, except for the one guy who's a streamer who switched to keyboard and mouse for this reason, never once besides him, what's his name? You guys wouldn't know him anyway. Has anyone ever said, man, the aim assist is too strong and I don't feel like I'm earning kills, and that feels bad? I've never heard that once. Besides this guy that I can't remember the name of. Fizz, that's his name.
Oh, yeah.
He used to play on controller, and he said he switched off of it for this reason. He's the one guy of 7 billion people on Earth, though, or 8, whatever. Yeah. So anyway, this is just a fundamental misunderstanding, so keep that in mind. So that's our differentiating point, and that's our approach when it comes to a design standpoint of what crossplay is and what it means for Battlefield. We have some really cool, interesting, and unique ideas and implementations that are maybe counterintuitive to what's found in other products out there. Wink, wink. But again, aim assist is always a hot topic no matter what game you pick, whether you're a COD or Apex player, you get it, or whatever. We're excited about the solution we have. Yeah, I'm not worried about aim assist at all in Battlefield. Not one bit. So I think there was a tweet based on this interview that said they were going to nerf aim assist from the beta, but I didn't see him say that. Or did I not read that tweet?
No, you just read it. He said we removed snap zoom,
and
apparently that was in the beta.
Yes. That was fucking weird. I did feel that. And it's weird. Yeah. It's like having Deadshot Daiquiri in multiplayer. It was odd. It was very odd.
Yeah, something to do with like quick scoping is what they kind of referred to it as. Like that's what the feeling was.
Yeah. That obviously shouldn't be in the game. And it sounds like they've taken it out. But which makes you wonder, why was it ever in the first place though? Like that was really crazy.
Oh, this thing. Yeah, okay. I'm seeing Hexsmith's clips of it. Yeah, this was like what I've heard about zombies, where you'll be aiming to the right of some guy, say he's 50 meters away, you'll be off his body a tiny bit. And as you ADS,
or a lot,
without doing anything but ADS, it'll snap to the middle of his body. Yeah. So they removed that. That's really, really good because that seems extremely, that just seems like straight up cheating, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just don't even have to be on the guy at all. Don't have to do it input from your analog stick, or maybe you do one of them and then you just aim in and it snaps to the guy. That's aim lock. I don't know what else to say. That's cheating.
Yeah. It was very fucking weird feeling. So I didn't love it, but if you're a really good controller player and you get used to that, that would be a huge fucking problem. So removing that obviously is the right play. It should have never been in the game at all, but okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. Battlefield Labs don't care and didn't ask. Input lag and delays didn't really ask either. I know that matters, but the input delay felt fine to me. I don't know, in the beta. And then he's asking for their personal opinion. Let me be clear. I will never care about a dev's personal opinion on any topic. Don't tell me. It actually bothers me they asked. Don't want to know. Yeah. Well, actually, sometimes I do. For example, what is a Warzone dev's favorite POI? That's actually kind of interesting. I do want to know their opinion. Guess what their favorite POI was, the original devs? Downtown. It was literally downtown. Got it. And I already knew that, by the way. We called it when we went over that interview on Patreon. But anyway, the DualSense Edge, the gentleman's choice. Okay. Yeah, RSK and Ard. Do you have analytics to show console players using KBAM? Oh, never mind. I wanted to see what analytics there could be on just who uses what input. I imagine it very much skews KBAM on Battlefield specifically. But I could be wrong. I don't know. But anyway, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it was mostly the aim assist thing that I cared about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even look through the rest of this really. Yeah, cool. Mm-hmm. So the game's DOA because the aim assist. Yeah.
The aim assist is fine. The game's DOA for a million other reasons, but the aim assist isn't one of them.
At least they're going to be working on the BR for a while to kind of, make sure that's solid before release. BR is probably coming out next year sometime, right?
Rumor! Wow. Battlefield 6 BR will reportedly be launching at the end of October 2026. Oh, wait, no. Actually, it's this October. Around the 28th. So
it's dead, guys.
In about 6 weeks.
It's unfortunately dead. It's not even fucking close to being ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys listened to those? Did we? No, we did do it on public app too, but one of the Patreon apps we went more in depth watching gameplay. This shit is not close to being ready. Yeah, we're 6 months out, but game devs, the publishers, they're doing it because they want to release all of this before BO7 and before the Warzone integration for sure. So
that's what I'm thinking.
I don't know if this is the right move. If you launch with it in that bad of a state, it's not the right move. Warzone will probably improve in December whenever they do the integration. It's not going to be game breaking though, or it's not going to be game changing. It's not going to be that big of a difference. So you would have been fine releasing your BR in January, February.
100% agree.
Because Warzone's not going to change that much this year.
100% agree.
This is bad, I think, because it's not ready. It's not at all ready, and that's clear from watching gameplay. We don't know how old those builds are. I would imagine, though, that's close to being one of the more recent builds. So this is bad news. This is really bad news. And now this is making sense now. Activision probably knew this as to why there were some rumblings going around that we knew weren't going to happen. But Ghost of Hope said there was a chance that they were going to push up the release date of BO7. And a lot of people were saying, damn, Battlefield actually has them scared. It could have been because of something like this. They wanted to push up their main title launch to come out before the Battle Royale launch of BF6. Something like that. So, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
It's DOA, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So, I agree with Tanner. What they're trying to get the BR in before BO7. So, either the integration or even the multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Couple things. You don't need to get it in before multiplayer, because BR players and multiplayer players are there is overlap, I guess, actually, but I don't know, man. You didn't really need to do that, because with your free-to-play BR, you're really not competing with BO7 multiplayer, or for the BO7 multiplayer player base. You're competing for the Warzone, which is also free-to-play player base, and is also a BR. And you really didn't even need to get it in before the integration, because like Tanner said, the integration isn't going to change much. I think what Battlefield should do, or should have tried to do, is get their BR to launch before the next new big Warzone map. That would be smart. The thing is, they have way more time than they're giving themselves to do that. Like, the new map is not going to be in on October 28th, obviously. It's not. The new, we don't even know if we're getting a new map. Or eventually, I'd imagine we are, but we don't know when. Like, we have no inclination of when that could be. At the earliest, it's going to be like season 1. And usually there's season 0, couple weeks, and then season 1. And even season 1, I would be very surprised by. So I'm thinking like season 2 at the earliest, frankly. And that's a lot of time. That's, like January, February, even. You could launch your BR as Battlefield and then still get in before the next new big map. Because that's your competition. Because once the integration happens, I mean, Warzone players are going to care. I'm going to care. I'm going to be kind of excited. But it's still going to be on Verdansk, and like, it's not that big of a deal. And then if Battlefield 6 BR comes out, you would just hop on that because you're still playing on fuck-ass Verdansk. But if there's a new map and it's like fun and good, then you'd probably want it in before that. On the other hand, though, I think Battlefield 6, in terms of its core, kind of did look ready based on the Billy stuff we saw. The reason it doesn't look ready to me is that the vehicles just need to be massively rebalanced. The tanks need to be massively rebalanced.
Yeah.
That's kind of it, though. Like, everything else,
rebalanced, yeah.
It looked playable, you know? Like, it didn't look super buggy. The visibility was bad, so that needs work, but just turn the sun down. So in terms of like actual function, it looks like it largely kind of would function by October 28th. I think that's fine. I think the reason it needs more time is to, just completely, but they're not going to do it. I was going to say they need more time so they can rebalance the vehicles, but they don't want to. Because if they wanted to, they would have just not designed them that strong in the first place. So in fact, this might be a good idea because it can launch October 28th. Everyone can bitch about the tanks, and then the devs will learn they're too strong, and they'll have time to balance them, and then we'll have a balanced tank experience before the new map for Warzone comes out. So maybe this is actually a good idea, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. Possibly. Yeah, the tanks, they got to do something, man. They should not be as common as they seemed in that
just
beta,
fucking insane.
Yeah. Way too strong. So they need to make them way harder to get. Ideally, they remove them, but as we already talked about, this Battlefield, it's like a core part of the game. Not having tanks in the BR doesn't feel like a Battlefield BR. As much as I hate it, seems like they have to do it. So right. I don't know. It might be possible there is a way they can balance them. It's also hard to say during those gameplays because everyone is so bad, you know. And we saw like clips of people opening up launchers and getting launchers out of chests. So, you know, also in one of the clips, like the tank gets hit and it's like it's kind of immobilized for a few seconds. So I don't know. Maybe if you hit him in the right spot, you kind of slow him down a lot. But
they have counterplay.
Something needs to change from exactly how it was.
Yeah. The tanks have counterplays. Just the problem is you have to find a launcher, number one, and number two, I don't want to play with a launcher. And like if they're as strong as they are, you'll have to use one. You know, like you'll just have to always have one on you, and that just feels really bad. Like you're literally going to have to put it in your loadout, like a launcher. Probably. Well, I don't know. Maybe you won't have to do that, but still, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because you can't carry 3 weapons, so I'm just going to have to be carrying around a launcher, and that just feels fucking terrible. And shooting tanks just isn't fucking fun to me. I don't know. But anyway, I wonder if is there a vehicle that's like used in Battlefield that's stronger than the Humvee with the gun on it, but weaker than a tank?
I mean, yeah, the first clip we were watching, which was the Bradley.
So maybe make that the strongest tank. The Bradley or vehicle.
It's pretty good too. I mean, that was the one where you have like 12, 13 shells that you fire off. So that one was
but no automatic gun, right?
Well,
for the driver,
yeah, they all have machine guns on them.
For the driver too?
I think the driver did. I'm pretty sure.
What's the difference between the two?
Side machine gun. Well, the tank fires tank shells, and then the APC fires a smaller round, but you get like 13 of them, and it's like automatic.
Interesting.
You were around them a lot. Look up some. Go to YouTube and look up Bradley. Let's do a little Bradley in Afghanistan. Let's do a little search, man. You can see how they work.
Look at a little Bradley. Yeah, I don't know.
Bradley.
I mean, you're right though. That's probably also too strong. Cause like.
Here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Here's a perfect video.
Bradley
There's a video
APC.
For you.
Okay.
I just put it in the notes.
So this is the weaker.
Jesus Christ.
That was loud. This is the weaker vehicle, is what you're telling me.
Yeah. So they've got like automatic shells. It's what are those like? It's like a 30 millimeter cannon, maybe. What is the Bradley fire? But regardless, the Bradley might actually be better at taking out infantry in the BR, and the tank would be just better at taking out vehicles. Obviously, you're going to destroy infantry too, and you can take out the buildings and stuff easier. But
yeah, it looks pretty good.
They're both gonna be really good. So I don't even think it's something where like you just remove the tank. You got to almost take away both of them. Just make them so rare. Make them rare, I think.
The problem with making them rare, though, is that one team is going to get one, and then they're the only one with a tank.
But we don't know the details, too. There might be some crazy streaks that you can call in and just destroy them. There's too much to say, but for sure,
they're too strong no matter what.
I'm not gonna love it. Yeah.
Because like even if there's like
that
strong
has to be the
streaks,
thing
I have
that
to find
sets
them
theirs
or buy them, and it's
apart. That's what sets their BR apart.
You're right. Yeah, and we talked about this. It's like you are right. You need vehicles. Like you need vehicles in the Battlefield BR that can do damage, like you do. But if the best vehicle is like the Humvee with the gun on it, well, that feels bad. That doesn't feel very Battlefield because it's shit. It's like a shit gun. So I was wondering if there's like some middle ground between that and like the Bradley even, but I don't think there is, you know?
Yeah.
So, because I don't know.
But as we've said,
anyway.
the BR would be a bonus. You're playing Battlefield for the multiplayer. If the BR is playable and fine, that's a bonus. So if the BR is terrible, I'm not going to care. Yeah. Because what I planned on playing was multiplayer anyways. Because their multiplayer is not like a traditional COD multiplayer. It feels more like a Warzone type game because of just the scale of everything.
You know, though.
Larger maps, more players.
Actually, you get a muni if you just pick that class, support, and it's on a cooldown. It's not even like a consumable. And if you're running smoke grenades, you're kind of always going to have a smoke. Right? Maybe that's enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like maybe that's enough.
Yeah.
I doubt it. I doubt it's enough. But maybe. Smokes are going to be way more accessible, at least, to counter the tanks. It's just that, yeah. Even if you, that's the problem. Even if I'm right, which I think I am, it's like, okay, cool, but I'm still just running away from tanks for half the game.
Yeah.
Like, through smokes, like, that's not fun. Like, I want to shoot people. I don't know. So anyway, yeah. It's coming out October 28th, so the good news there is that's pretty soon, and it'll be something to play. You know,
it's very soon, man. Yeah.
Play that for a couple weeks, die to a tank one too many times, uninstall it, and then Black Ops 7 launches, and then die around a corner one too many times, and then uninstall it.
Yeah.
And then the integration happens, and then the same thing happens, and then we get a new map. So we have a couple things that tide us over. So we're still in the longest stretch of waiting right now that we're going to have for quite a while. Because once we get like the beta, then everything starts rolling. Like, okay, well, it's like next week Battlefield, next week fucking update, next week whatever, next week more leaks. So at least we have that.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So that's pretty much it for today, fellas. Not really much to talk about on any front. We will be back on Saturday, possibly. Dead ass. I mean, like, look, I'm fucking available as fuck. But
yeah,
man,
as am I.
If I don't know, something
nothing's
has to
gonna
happen
tomorrow or the next day. So yeah.
So I don't know, man. We're in a holding pattern, as I always say.
It's a holding pattern.
So
yeah.
Anyway, anything else, buddy?
No.
Okay. Well, that's it then. We may or may not see you guys tomorrow. One thing we actually maybe could do is a little Q&A. We could do that, possibly.
Yeah.
So we'll figure it out. Ask some questions if you guys want in the Discord. So, game developers don't deserve basic human rights.
Yeah. Gonna drink to that, brother.
Amen. As you all know, Season 5 Reloaded was awful, really bad stuff. We got nothing new, and the game's incredibly boring right now. Luckily for you, we've teamed up with a game that is not boring. Borderlands 4, to deliver you from the monotony, the sameness. Borderlands 4 throws you into the wild new world of Kairos, where you'll use a whole arsenal of badass weapons to overcome the planet's ruthless tyrant, the Timekeeper. Even if you haven't played the previous games, Borderlands 4, which is out now, by the way, is a perfect starting point. It's made to be instantly fun, it's fast, it's over the top from the moment you start. It's also really cool looking. If you like the cel-shaded kind of art style, then you'll love this game because the whole thing is like that. Borderlands 4 also has deep and meaningful character customization, genuinely impactful movement abilities, crazy special skills, you name it, and you can do it. Best of all, for the few of you who have friends, the game is designed from the ground up to be playable solo or with up to 3 other people. And in either case, you're in for a crazy ride. For those of you on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, that includes the option of 2-player couch co-op, split screen as well. Borderlands is out now. Get it at borderlands.com, rated PEGI 18/M for mature. It's available on PC via Steam and Epic, PS5 and Xbox X and S right now. And on October 3rd, it's coming to the Switch 2 as well.